See the fur that he's pulled off? Watch it, you'll see him moving. There's antlers, babies underneath it. See him moving?
She don't seem too afraid of her.
No, she's really tame. She's just sitting there eating. She just had him. I ran in to get the camera to film it, and by the time the 2 or 3 minutes it took me to get the camera, she had him. Hi, Mommy.
John's here.
Hi, Mommy. Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, I'm hoping you guys get to see this, because I saw something earlier. It was funny. I don't know. They're not doing it so much now. We moved the rabbit tractor to give Butch some fresh grass. And we did. Now they're not doing it at all now. All the chickens, man, I wished I'd have got that on film. But all the chickens lined up to that fence, faces pressed against the fence, looking at that rabbit. Like, what the fuck is that they're saying, you know? Now, Butch didn't even notice the chickens. And I mean all of them. Every one of them was over there peeking around those weeds with their faces up against the thing, looking at him like they thought he was something to eat. Now they're coming out here because they hear my voice. But, and Butch, he's down there hopping around, you know, doing his little pouncy, happy hopping. And just eating some of the fresh grass. He doesn't even see the chickens until later, you know. John's standing out here telling me about his day at work, and all of a sudden I'm over here, and all of a sudden you saw Butch's head turn over to the right, like, what the? He sees them all, you know. And it's just funny as all get out, because just about time they were starting to move around, because for a little while they were like statues just staring at him. And they just kind of start moving around. And Butch just freezes and stares at him. Then, you know, rabbits are a little different. You know, he kind of forgets, I guess, you know, 30-second attention span or whatever. Eats 2 or 3 blades of grass, and all of a sudden looks back over there again like, what the heck? Apparently they've never seen each other before. You know, they've been relatively close. Now they're close enough that they've really got each other's curiosity piqued. But I'll tell you, the things you see when you don't have your camera. I told John, man, I have to learn to carry this camera around with me, because I see so much stuff that I don't have the opportunity to get on film, because there's not time to run in the house and get the camera. But I promise you, I'll try to do better with that. Well, I have an idea I'll tell you about. It's just in the beginning stages. That's the rabbit tractor. I never got the wheels on it yet. I have to buy some stuff, take a trip to the store and get stuff. So I don't have everything available to do the setup we wanted to do. And I'm not 100% sure on it. I was kind of trusting John on it. John's like, it's your idea. I'm like, yeah, I was throwing ideas at him. And then he's like, that's perfect. And I'm like, well, I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that. But he knows, so I don't know. Then, you know, it's hard to find him with a day off of work so he can come out here and fool around with me. So, anyway, that's not what I'm planning to be Butch's permanent residence. Butch's residence actually will be nicer than that. Butch is going to be the king, and he's going to have the best. But in order to have the best, I have to experiment with him. So he's also not just my rabbit, but he's my guinea pig. But the idea for Butch is that we put a rabbit hole in the side of his pen, and we'll run it down, probably underground, and I'll find an outside pen for him, but he will have access to both his pen and his hutch in the outside pen. That's the idea. If I can, I'll have to look into it and see exactly what he can and can't do as far as like climbing through, you know, tunnels and obstacles and whatnot. And we'll make it fun. We're going to try to make it fun for me and Keaton and whoever comes to visit the rabbitry ranch. So anyway, that's enough. I can't tell you all the goodies that's coming. There's a lot of goodies coming. Alright, well, we can't just stand around looking at animals all day long. We gotta eat too. So today we're gonna cook on the grill. Now I don't always grill with charcoal or, ooh, heaven's sakes, propane accessories. But I like to grill with my own wood a lot. Sometimes it takes a little more patience, but it always pays off in the end. Let's go ahead and throw this right down there. That's ash. That's ash. Anyway, we're gonna make some Polish sausage. Okay. Oh boy, it looks like it might rain, but that's all right. We have some cover. We'll be all right. So let's go over the apple wood. I like to keep some apple and some hickory around, and a little short on hickory, but I got all kinds of apple. Yeah. So sometimes I'll take this stuff and bust it up in the smaller chunks, which is cool. But today I'm probably just going to light it. It's all real dry, so that's always good. Yeah, you take the smaller chunks. I like to put those on the outer side, the outermost part. That's real dry wood. But it's making me choke. It's a dry. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get her going, so we'll take a little bit of a shortcut, put a little K2 on it. This is highly refined K2, of course. Boy, it's hard to do all this with a phone in your hand. A guy ought to use a tripod. And you just give her a little bit. You don't want to go too much because you got to burn that all off before you can cook on it. You can see it's evaporating away. But you got to burn it off first, or you're going to taste nothing but lighter fluid or K2, whatever you used. Now, if I use lighter fluid, I usually soak it twice. Now, I almost always do another thing you should never do. But I light it first and then I move it. Or, in this case, I'm planning to move my bike, I think, and leave it out here. Oh. Now, good enough. So while that gets to burning the K2 off, I'll move my motorcycle. It's awfully close. Okay, with the bike a safe distance away, we'll put the grate in. You want to put your grate in before you're done burning your fuel. I'm putting it in wrong. Always do that. Now you can scrub and scrub and scrub on your grate, and that's fine if that's what you're into doing. However, I'm not into that. I'd rather put a nice layer of charcoal on it, basically, and cook right on that, and that'll disinfect it really well. So, you know, don't listen to me. Last time I cooked out, I got sick. Which reminds me, oh, look at my hands, oh, from that old dirty grate. But that does remind me that we, on this particular recipe, we're going to need an onion. So I try to look for ones that look like they're too close together, like these two. And I'll pick I'll pick the biggest one. Yeah, that's plenty big. Yep. John picked a couple of these today, and that's actually what made me hungry for this specific meal. So I'm going to take this inside and I'm going to chop it up into tiny little pieces. And I've got a pepper. I'm going to do the same with it. Green bell pepper. I'm going to put about a half a pot of water on a high heat. And I'm going to put some garlic powder in there because I don't have any garlic cloves. And just a bit. Next important ingredient is Vegemite. About that much in. That's going to give you a nice flavor. Sort of a beefy broth kind of flavor, I guess, if you've never had it before. If you want chicken, you go get chicken flavored soup base. But that's not near as good. And then you stir this up. Now this is your completed, will be your completed base once all your Vegemite gets melted into here. Now while that's going on, we're going to take, I didn't mince this yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it into tiny pieces as I drop it in there. And that's just green bell pepper. Now I've got this onion. Remember, I picked it out of the garden and I minced it. Put that right in there. We're going to bring that up to a boil real quick. And then we're going to back it off to a little bit of a simmer and just kind of keep it warm until it's time to eat. Yeah. Now another little thing that I do occasionally is I'll take the top of that pepper, you know, where all those seeds are, and I'll take it out here to a little thing I call my spice garden or my Thai garden, a lot of times I call it. And why? Well, see, it's a bunch of weeds here. Yeah, you just take that and flop it in there like that. And you let Mother Earth do with it what she chooses. And oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, that fire smells good. Oh, is it almost time to cook already? I don't know. We got some coals going yet. Oh, it smells good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What do you guys think? It look like it's about ready to start cooking on. Oh yeah, I don't smell any starter. I smell all apple wood. I'm going to let her smolder just a little longer, and not very, and then we'll throw our Polish sausage on there. Okay, so we've got a couple different brands. Actually, one is a summer sausage. We're just cooking it up, and one's a Polish sausage, and that's your big fat round one here. Now it needs to be cooked all the way through. The summer sausage is fine to eat cold if you want, but what we'll do is, as long as the fire doesn't start directly licking the food, we'll leave the top open, and we'll keep the food kind of away from the fire, and just let her take in all that juicy applewood smoke. Eventually the fire will either die down and we'll have to scoot the food over top of the coals, or else the fire will make it back to the food and try to start scorching the food. And at that point, you just shut the top. It's that easy. And then all you have to do is stand out here and turn these things around and make sure they get thoroughly cooked. When we're done, we'll strain out our little mixture in there of peppers and onions. We'll put them on a sandwich together. It's that easy. And I'll tell you what, there's not a whole lot in this world that's better than that. Alright. But there are a few things, and maybe I'll show you. Well, I think Gordon Tickle may have shown you a few already. But yeah. And I'll let the animals entertain me while I cook. It is time to take my laundry down. I should do that. Neighbors are watching me talk to you. Oh, geez, that's embarrassing. Okay, shh, we got bunnies. Can we see your bunnies yet? They're still down in there. They're still down in there. You're watching over them from your food bowl? You're a good mommy, aren't you? I hope you are. We'll find out in the next few days. All right. I don't see him moving, but I'm trusting. She's so gentle. I can't imagine her not being a good mommy. But if she's not, then she'll be a good roast. All right. If she is a good mommy, we'll be keeping her. And she'll be mothering litters all over the place because I like them tame ones. You can do either with them. You can make a roast, or you can make a burger, or you can make a sausage. But one of the sweetest things is if they're as sweet as she is, you can make pets out of them, and that doesn't pay as well. Doesn't pay nearly as well. It's almost about a tenth of the income. But I'll tell you what, it'd be a shame not to sell them as pets when they're that gentle, you know, because that's exactly what people are looking for when they're looking for a rabbit for a pet. So anyway, you know, I don't even know how to break into that business, but I just happen to have the most gentle rabbit I've ever seen in my life, and I can't let that go to waste. Anyway, I'm cooking. I'm doing my thing. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves out there. And if I think about it, which, you know, with my absent-mindedness, I may not. But if I think about it, I'll let you see me take my first bite out of that juicy sandwich. Oh my! Now I like to toast my bun a little bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Now I take a couple of these pieces that look like they're about to burn. Hey, oh boy, COVID. So you toast them, see, and they don't get so soggy so quick. I'm going to do one of each, a summer sausage and a Polish sausage. And then half the time when you do that, you squeeze it, they fall off. And what you should do is cut them in half so they kind of lay on there. But I'm always too stubborn to do that. So, boy, I don't know if I can get enough veggies on here to please me. I got so much meat on here. Oh, see, I told you, they fall off. So that says it all. Oh yeah, that smells so good. I wish you could smell that. Now sometimes I'll go without the bread. It's just as good without the bread. Yeah, all right. I just lost half my stuff. I need a picnic table in the shade. That's a project. Write that down for me. Picnic table in the shade. Oh boy. We had a quick rainstorm and man, everything was almost dry here. Got soaked real quick. Just a real quick soaker, but oh man, it pulled the line down, didn't it? Okay, so let's sneak out here, see if we can't get a look at the. I'll tell you what. Let's form a game plan. I want to sneak a look at Goosey's little children's, but I don't want it to make Goosey feel uncomfortable. I know I'm crazy. I'm crazy like that. Goosey's my favorite. So I'm going to give her a day or so before I start bugging her with her little kitties. But if we can, we'll sneak a look. Let's look through here. Get her a treat. These are too close together. Let's just pick a bunch. These are turnips. And sometimes the seeds are small, they fall out of my hands and they're too close together in the rows. They'll never grow that big being that close together, so that's an opportunity. Wow, it must have really been a downpour. The chickens even went inside. And this is a time of night they should be real active, as well as the rabbits. Hi. Yeah, well, you just like always before, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay. You're a little bit shy, but you're all right. Looky there. Looky there. Let's look in here and see if we see anything. I can't really see a whole lot yet. I mean, there's something in there. You see it? Oh yeah. I see a little head moving in there. Just one. Two. I see two now. There's at least two live ones in there. Oh, you did a good job. You did a good job. Yeah. Yeah. Now I hope you nurse them good and everything. Like your sister Ushi over there. She's doing a good job with hers. Yeah. But that'll give you someone to talk to. You seem to be sort of a social animal. Yeah. Well, that's what we got. I don't know how well you folks can see them. There's a couple in there. There's a couple in there. Well, let's see if we can part a little fur up. Four. There's at least four in there. I'm not going to disturb them too much. But that means our bunny ranch. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. That means our little bunny ranch is up to what? Let's see. There's Goosey, Ushi, and Butch. Ushi had 7, so that makes 10. So there's at least 14. We have at least 14 rabbits at the rabbit ranch. It's okay, don't run off. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Now everybody's got plenty of water, plenty of food. Okay, very good. Yeah, Butch has got plenty, I think. He's over there further away now. He's eating his food. Yeah, he's got plenty of water. Good, good. How about the chickens? Let's take a look, see at the chickens. Looks like they're about out of water down there, but their little pool up there is full. And they're inside. If they don't come back out, I won't worry about filling that today. But when normally a quick rain, and the chickens stay outside because they like to peck around for worms that come up when it rains. But well, that might have been a scary one or something. I don't know. I was inside. I knew I heard a little wind, and I heard something like heavy rain, and then it passed. It was like just a real quick one. So I don't know. You know, chickens are chicken. You know. Yeah. I don't know if you knew that. Chickens are chicken. I'm looking at my water tank. You can't even see a difference on it. So couldn't have been that much rain. Definitely need to mow around here though. But, boy, I don't mean to make a 10-hour long video here, but I did come up with a sort of what I think is a plan for what I want to start doing. Okay. Remember I mentioned making like a tubule for a butt chair? Yeah. I think I have an idea, maybe about how I'd like to attempt it. My only thing is I still don't know exactly what type of an incline and for how far a rabbit will do. But I'm going to try. This is the side of Butch's nest here, hutch right here. And I'm going to try putting a hole in here. I'm going to go with probably about 10 inches, I think. That's maybe even too big, I'm not sure. Somewhere between 6 and 10 anyway. And I think for this first one, I'm going to just to see if he can do it. I think I'm going to go with something a little less than a 45-degree angle, a little steeper than 45. And I'll put wire, I'll make it out of wood, and then I'll put wire inside, line the inside, make sure there's nothing that can scratch him there, you know, but to give him a footing so he can get his feet in there. And I think he could probably climb pretty steep. I mean, they make holes that go down in, and so I mean, they obviously can climb up and down the earth. They should be able to do that. And if he can't, well, that's the whole thing. He's my guinea pig as well as my rabbit. So, but I'm thinking if I go 45, it's going to be clear out here. And then that's going to maybe get in the way of the clothesline. What I was thinking more was try to keep it on this side of the clothesline and run it right beside the garage here. And give him clear the door over there, the garage. Stop him at the door. And then over here, and if that works and I want to go crazy, then I might go as far as trying to go underground with it. But tonight, I have to head to the studio and start on my very special songs for my very special friend's birthday. And I'm really happy to get to do this. So I do hope you guys enjoy it. And well, then we'll just see you right around that bend, huh? Well, here's an interesting spot to take in the views. There's corn growing there, and some radish, turnips. There's the bigger corn going around the corner. What's all that working going on? Can you see him? There's Butch. Hi, Butch. He don't even realize I'm in here. Does he? I don't know. Butch getting a drink of water. Oh, you just missed it. He was running circles in the cage, just hopping around and running around. It was kind of funny and fun to watch too. So here we are over at the Thanapa Chicken Mansion. That's what I call this place. And I'm getting ready to give the chickens a little bit of water. They have a foot bath here. They like to stand in that and cool down on a really hot day. But they also drink out of it because they're chickens. But they have a regular waterer here. They go through about a gallon of water a day. And yeah, somebody's got something over there special, trying to keep it away from the other guys here. They're ladies. Oh, it's a piece of that kielbasa from yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, see there? There's a piece I gave him. Tossing it around. There's some spaghetti I had the other day. They just love that kind of garbage. Alright, well, I also have a bird feeder. I put a little feed in every day. Some of them like